During World War II, Germany conquered almost all of Europe. Poland fell, France collapsed, Austria was annexed. One by one, nations disappeared from the map. But one country, completely surrounded, was never invaded. Not because it was stronger, not because it had a larger army, but because attacking it was too costly. This is the story of how Switzerland turned mountains into a weapon. Switzerland is a small country, landlocked and surrounded by powerful neighbors. Yet more than 60% of its territory is covered by the Alps. Towering mountains, deep valleys, narrow and dangerous passes. For invading armies, this terrain is a nightmare. Supply lines become fragile. Heavy armor loses its advantage. Every movement can be observed from above. But for defenders, the mountains offer control. Control of distance, control of movement, and control of time. For Switzerland, geography was not a weakness. It was destiny. In the late 19th century, Europe was changing rapidly. Germany unified, Italy unified, and Switzerland suddenly found itself surrounded by rising powers. In 1882, the Gotthard Railway Tunnel was opened. It connected northern and southern Europe through the heart of the Alps, an engineering triumph, but also a potential invasion route. Swiss military planners understood the danger. If a major war broke out, the flat lowlands could not be defended for long. So instead of fighting everywhere, Switzerland chose to defend somewhere. They looked inward, toward the mountains. This idea became known as the National Redoubt, a plan to retreat into the Alps and transform them into a fortress. Switzerland did not build massive walls or visible fortresses. They carved their defenses directly into the mountains. Artillery positions were hidden inside cliffs. Bunkers were camouflaged to look like natural rock. Entire military bases were constructed underground, connected by long tunnel systems. Invisible from the outside and extremely difficult to destroy from within. From these positions, defenders could control narrow valleys and mountain passes. Any enemy force would be forced to advance slowly. Exposed and under constant threat from above, the Alps were no longer just terrain. They became part of the weapon system. In 1939, war returned to Europe. By 1940, Switzerland was surrounded by Axis powers. Germany to the north, Italy to the south. Germany prepared a plan to invade Switzerland. It was called Operation Tannenbaum, a joint German and Italian operation. Swiss Commander-in-Chief General Henri Guisan made the national strategy clear. If Switzerland was invaded, the army would not attempt to defend every city. Instead, troops would delay the enemy at the borders, then retreat into the Alps. Bridges would be destroyed, tunnels would be collapsed, railways would be rendered unusable. The message was unmistakable. Switzerland could not be conquered quickly, and occupying it would be extremely costly. The goal of the National Redoubt was never victory. It was deterrence. 3 major fortress regions formed the core of the system: St. Maurice in the west, Gotthard in the center, and Sargans in the east. Together, they controlled every major route through the Alps. Across the country, more than 3,000 demolition points were prepared. If invaded, Switzerland would deny the enemy access to infrastructure.
Winter conditions, isolation, and constant pressure from elevated positions would wear down any force. Even a successful invasion would come at a terrible price. Operation Tannenbaum was never carried out. Switzerland remained uninvaded throughout the war.
After World War II, the nature of the threat changed. The Cold War began. Switzerland adapted its defense strategy. The redoubt remained important, but defense now included the entire population. By law, almost every Swiss citizen had access to a nuclear shelter. Bunkers were built under homes, disguised as barns or hidden behind mountain lodges. Military service was mandatory. Weapons training was widespread. Neutrality did not mean weakness, it meant constant readiness. Switzerland prepared not to attack, but to endure.
With the collapse of the Soviet Union, large-scale invasion seemed unlikely. The Swiss military was reduced in size. Many fortifications were decommissioned. Some bunkers became museums. Others were converted into hotels, storage vaults, or data centers. For a time, the idea of an Alpine fortress seemed outdated, a relic of another era. But history has a way of returning. Modern conflicts in Europe have reshaped strategic thinking. Assumptions about permanent peace have been challenged. Switzerland has begun to reassess its defenses. Sales of military bunkers have been halted. Long-term planning has resumed. The Alps remain exactly where they have always been, solid, immovable. The question is no longer whether the mountains can protect Switzerland, but whether neutrality can survive in a changing world.
Switzerland was never invincible, but it made invasion irrational by turning geography into strategy and mountains into fortresses. A small nation preserved its independence against some of the strongest armies in history. Sometimes the greatest weapon is not how you fight, but knowing how to make war unnecessary.